So I see it and I hear it every single day. What I hear every single day is, who is your salesperson? And somebody will say, I don't remember their name, or I don't remember, or I can't remember. Or I'll hear, this is what happened in our last car deal, and this is why I'm upset. The guy didn't listen to me, and so my payment's higher than I wanted it to be. Or my interest rate is terrible. I had no idea that it was going to be like that. Or I hear, they didn't even take care of any of the stuff that they promised they were going to take care of after the sale. They promised me that they were going to tint my windows, or they promised me they were going to fix this crack in my windshield, or they promised me this, they promised me that, but they didn't follow through. And I hear these types of things. These are what we call the horror stories, I guess, if you will, of the industry here in car dealing and car sales. And the biggest reason I think that this happens is that we as consumers make the mistake, and this is one of the top 10 biggest mistakes I see consumers make when it comes to buying a car, is that we treat buying a car kind of like going to the bar, or kind of like a one-night stand. I mean, we don't really take the time to really research the people that we're going to be dealing with, regardless of how much research we've done on the product line that we want to purchase or the type of vehicle that we want. We look at the Edmunds.com, we look at Google, and we check out reviews on cars, but we don't really take the time to check out and review the salespeople and make sure that the salesperson that we're going to be dealing with is who we really trust and want to deal with. And so rather than finding out a little bit more about the person we're going to deal with, we just figure out, what kind of car we want, what kind of payment we want, or whatever. And we don't really consider the fact that really at the end of the day, the only person who's really going to take fantastic care of you is the salesperson, if they're the kind of person that is working for a commission and actually does this as a career. And one of the biggest mistakes I think that this industry has made, and you're going to see this anytime that you're out and about, you get to the car lot, and what do you see? You see the golf carts that chase the people. You see the groups or the hordes of salespeople that are standing there just waiting for that next what we call up to arrive on the lot. And it's really just about how quick can we close this deal and move on to the next one. And I hear it from salespeople too, not just the customers. I just want to close this deal and make some good money and move on. Well, that's great, but at the end of the day, for those of us who are out here in this industry who are doing a career, that's a disservice to the customer. And we as consumers have got to start shifting our mindset from, and this is one of the mistakes that I see people make, and I'm trying to get the point across, is that you really want to research your salesperson. You don't want to just walk into a lot or drive onto a lot and just shop, just to find something that you personally like, because what you're not taking into account is, how are they going to take care of you after the sale? Who's going to be there to make sure that you get all the things that the dealership promised you? Who's going to be there to make sure that the next time that things roll around, that you've got somebody that you like and trust and care about? If you can't remember their name, they obviously didn't do a good enough job in impressing you. And so really what is important is that you take the time to do some research ahead of time. So this is my tip to those of you out here who are going to be shopping for a vehicle. Whether you buy a car from me or not isn't the issue. What I say is the issue is, will you take the time to really research the people? Because you never know. The one-night stands, how do they usually leave you? A little dissatisfied. Yeah, maybe it was fun while it lasted, right? Even in that moment. Or maybe you wake up and you didn't even realize that this was the person you took home. Well, I see that happen in this industry all the time. Don't wake up the next morning after a car deal like it was a one-night stand, wishing you hadn't done it. Definitely take the time to research the people that you're going to be possibly working with, research the dealership, do all of your due diligence. And in the process, look for somebody that has a tried and true track record, somebody who you can trust, because there's reviews, there's background, people have dealt with them. That's just the best way to do anything. If you're going to purchase anything, make sure it's from somebody that you know, like, and trust. And if you do that, you're going to have a whole lot better experience down the road. I'm not saying that there's not some experiences where they're going to be good from the first time, because obviously when I meet somebody on the lot, I generally, and I would say at least 99% of the time, the people love me and are going to continue to do business with me. But I do see the disappointment in the eyes of those that I do work with, and I have to overcome an awful lot on the car lot. If I do take somebody fresh and start to sell them something, I have to overcome all of the bad experiences that they've had in the past. and try and help them realize that it's not going to be what it was like before, and that I'm going to take good care of them. So for yourself and for your future car purchases, make sure to do some of your due diligence. Really figure out who it is that you want to do business with before you just go find your vehicle and make a great deal. I guarantee in the long run, you're going to be a lot happier, and I guarantee so will everyone else that's involved as you move forward.